sad that it looks like that this might be the end of this hive as we have known it.
Is this cicada? Get way down on the ground next to it.
Well, hey there, we're here at Solitude Acres and we have a little bit of kind of disappointing news. Basically that there has been a little shift in the status of the yellow hive, which used to be one of our strongest hives. So Dad can kind of talk more about what we've seen, but it's kind of sad that it looks like that this might be the end of this hive as we have known it.
We were checking the hive and noticed this one was not having a lot of flying going on, so we really dug down into it. Found some wax moth larvae in the top box because we had a double deep on here. We actually had a honey super, which we ended up moving. So we decided to collapse this down to a single brood box. Took what we thought was all the bad comb out, stuck it in the freezer. They weren't super damaged, but we're definitely seeing the wax moth larvae were definitely starting to do their thing.
What is that?
What we don't want.
Beetles?
Wax moth. Next week, looked in here, saw 3 frames. The larvae had gotten down into there, obviously was there, and they were starting to do even more damage than they did in that top box. So we quickly shifted those out, put those old frames back in here that had been frozen to kill everything off so we could have those, took the bad frames out, have those in the freezer now. And then have been watching this the last couple days and have been noticing a lot of bees around, determined it to be robbing. We closed it down, not letting the other bees in. The one mistake we think we made, when we took it down this box, we knew they were weak and needed some help and they didn't have much stores in there. So we did stick some sugar water on there, and it did have additive in it that had lemongrass oil in it, and we think that spurred on the robbing that was going on. So we're going to check it now. We're probably going to have to make some choices here once we look in here. We're going to look and see if we have a queen, how the bees are doing, how many bees are actually in here. A lot of them may be robber bees that are trapped in there now. There is a frame that does have a little bit of brood on it. We'd like to save that if we can, and then we'll get a full frame of brood with young larvae and eggs in it and put in there. If there's no queen currently in here, see if they can produce another queen. So let's get in here and see what's going on. Now this is that frame we put in there. You see how they got rid of all the honey? Where they're eating this honey? They ate that. That means that's robbing too. So what we're finding
all
here,
robbed out there too.
This frame, when we put this in here yesterday, had a lot of bee bread in there, and it had a lot of nectar in it. They have consumed all the nectar that wasn't capped, and you can see where they're uncapping all this. That's a sign of robbing, that they're actually eating this all up. So we're pretty sure we've got an issue that we're gonna have to just take another step. They're cleaning this honey out. They've cleaned all that out. This is the frame, but
ooh, look at that.
let's see, they're already starting to take it. This is probably what they're really going in there for now.
So some of these bees may not be ours?
I would say the majority of them aren't. If there are any, we'll just have to get them off and done with it. See the bees down in there, dead bees. Let's see, this is one of the frames I definitely want to keep.
It's very light.
And again, make sure we don't see her.
She always did mark her.
Mm-hmm. There she is.
Our queen's right there. So she is alive.
So now we have a dilemma. Don't want to take it down to the nuke.
Well,
the problem is we can't just capture her. We've got to put her in something. What I think we're going to have to do, create the nuke out of whatever we're creating the nuke out of. We can shake bees off of some of this stuff and put it in there. That way they're queenless. They'll have more of a chance of happening there. We just have to make sure we're not shaking the queen down. Okay. Can't have the queen on here.
Take them down in here.
Yep.
She's in there.
No, the queen's in there.
She's still in there?
Yeah.
Okay. That's probably all we can do for right now, right?
Yeah, let's remove the lid and get them, switch it out. So we ended up making the switch to a nuke. What we did was we caged the queen, left her in the original hive. The robbers are in there. We don't know what bees are hers, if many are. There were some bees that were on a frame that were really calm and around the brood that was in there. So we're assuming that's hers. So we put them over here. We'll see what they do. We shook down out of this hive. We took a full frame of brood, put them over there, and then we shook down 2 other frames in there. We'll see if that's enough bees. We're gonna wait a few hours, let them go queenless, before we put the queen back in there in a cage. She'll stay in there for a few days, get them to accept her, since there's a lot of new bees in there. And the yellow hive, we're just gonna let it do what it's gonna do. I got a feeling it'll just get robbed out. We'll probably just pull frames out and just let it, we'll intentionally rob it out. But we'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.